Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm in what I would call the coolest reptile room I've ever seen. And I have with me the man, the myth, the legend, none other than Phillip Lietz, Arids Only.
That was way too much, but that's okay.
No dude, this room is awesome. I want people to get excited because I'm super excited to be here. And yeah, let's go show them some cool animals.
Yes, for sure. These are those wicked awesome Temora Designs cages. I got these from Dale over at Temora Designs. Beautiful, beautiful structures. Really nice printed backdrops on the interiors. I just love these. I think they work great. They're super nice. Come complete with all the joists and the fixtures. I mean, it's just a beautiful setup. So really worth taking a look at those, that's for sure.
It's a gorgeous tank, yeah. The backdrop and then your escape kind of complements it. It almost looks like you're just, you know, it fits in with it.
It kind of looks like you stumbled upon like a pile of rubble or something, you know what I mean? Like just someone trashed the side yard of their house or something and they're like, here you go. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So it's nice. That's the way that's the thing that interests me the most, is like I'm most interested in those areas where people and herpetofauna overlap. You know, I find that to be the most like revealing about wild herpetofauna, is like in the spaces where they overlap. So I try to mix that into how I set up my enclosures. I don't even know what to show first. Like, hey, here's some ornates. Hey, look, bright colored lizards. You know.
So cool. Just the color intensity on them is. I've seen your Instagram 1,000 times, and I've seen all these animals, but seeing them in person is just it's the camera is not doing them justice.
Oh yeah, yeah. In person's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
But this main space is where I keep the bulk of the Uromastyx, the Chuckwallas. I have desert iguanas in here. I have let's see, my San Esteban Island iguanas. There's one there, one on the other side of the room. My Sara Hardwickii are in here. This is the Indian Uromastyx. There's one right there at the back. He's sitting out.
There you go.
Right? So
this is the Indian Uromastyx.
Yeah, Sara Hardwickii. So Sara used to be lumped into Uromastyx, but then after some phylogenetic data, they split the three species of Sara off from Uromastyx. So Sara Hardwickii, Sara asmusi, and Sara loricata. These are really the only ones that exist in the United States. There's a few people with loricata here in the United States, but as far as I know, no viable breeding groups. It's just mostly females.
Cool.
So Sara are super cool. They're about half grown. This is where there are some smaller animals. Like we've got some younger ornates in here that are growing up. And those are pretty sweet. We've got some Moroccan Greek tortoises in here, which are pretty cool. I'm gonna give them some food. They like that knot grass, but I don't think they're going crazy for it. They go nuts for the endive though. That's the thing they love most.
Yeah, she went for it right away.
Yeah, they'll get after it. It's super funny. This is where I keep, over here is where I keep most of my Xenagama taylori. You can see a couple of the adults out, as well as babies to the right.
That's what I'm waiting to show. Those babies are the cutest thing I've ever seen.
They're cutest lizards.
And there are the babies.
Cute little babies. Super cool. Funny creatures.
So cool. And the patterning on them, even at that age, is just gorgeous.
Well, yeah, and so the interesting thing is that they tend to lose their pattern as they get older. So there's a lot of variety inside Xenagama taylori. And so most of my work right now is geared towards figuring out the quirks of what they need to thrive and be happy here. And then additionally, what kind of refinement, if any, can I get out of the animals, like phenotypically speaking, right?
Right, yeah.
So can I select for a little more color? Can I select for a little more pattern? Because there are ways to do it, but they are so variable. It's challenging to keep as many as you need. Like you'd have to keep everything for a few years to know which ones stay colorful and patterned as an adult.
Right.
Because they can hit a year old and then fade, you know.
Right.
Like blur out the pattern a little bit, dull out the color, especially females after they breed. So I'm trying to get more of that to stick around.
Yeah. And then show us these guys.
Yeah, these are the Chuckwallas. So these are baby redback chucks, and then immediately next to them on the right are baby granite chucks.
Oh, okay, they're different types of chuck. Okay.
Yeah. So the redback chucks, they have huge ranges all over, like most of the southwestern U.S. They'll be in parts of redbacks can be found basically in any state where chucks are found. Granites specifically come from Southern California and close to Mexico. Like beautiful. The redbacks are obvious. So blackheads, redbacks, red-orange kind of rusty backs, and black hips. And they can either have like a white or off-white yellow tail. The granites are black and white as adults. So black head and hips, white back, white tail.
So cool.
Super cool.
And you have lots of really cute babies.
Oh yeah, they're very cute. Extremely cute little creatures.
That's awesome.
And then most of these are empty tubs getting ready for the incoming babies for breeding season. I've got some speck-eye. These are Specs Hinge-back tortoises in here. Canyxis speck-eye. There's a group of adults in here. And I have the first hatchling from these guys ever that just hatched like a month ago. So I officially have bred a tortoise.
There you go. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, which I'm not very good at tortoises, so that makes me feel good.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah,
And
we'll
then-
show the baby in a second as well.
Yeah, and so then we cruise through here. This is just a bathroom. This is where the incubator's at. And then right through here, this is where most of the Thomasai are. And so got some guys down here, like the males out, basking at the bottom. One of the males, anyway. He's just in shed. I wish he wasn't, because the color on him is something else. He's like green and orange.
You can kind of see it actually.
Yeah, it's hard to see sometimes under different lights, but like if we put him here, hang on, I'll put this other. You can see a little bit more of that color,
Yeah.
especially on his face. He's trying to breed like crazy, so he's walking around doing push-ups. He's a big.
And you've paired these guys already.
Yeah, I've got babies. I've got hatchlings already from this, as well as like 3-4 clutches incubating.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're super cool. They'll see. He tries to mate with the hand all the time. It's good enrichment. Look at him. He gets so fired up. Hates it. Oh
there we
man.
go. There's the push-ups.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's good for him. It's good to get a little bit of grump, you know?
Yeah.
Good for their mental health.
Better than putting the leaves in.
Yeah, that's true. I like the leaves too, but yeah, it's still good. There you go. Ooh, he's hissing at me. That's great. Very cool. So he's trying to breed. We're trying to breed with a brick.
That's great. Oh, look at the chest on him.
Yeah. They're super colorful.
Insane.
They're great animals. Thomasai are super cool. They're very interesting lizards.
And you said they're harder to breed than the Ornates.
They are, yeah. I don't know exactly why. They just seem a little bit more sensitive than the average Uromastyx. Definitely not like first-time pet.
Yeah.
You know, something like a J-Rye or an Ornate is a great first-time Euro pet. Very forgiving of mistakes. Thomasai, not so much. Thomasai are very. They just seem sensitive. Right. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, they do fine here, but I've been breeding them for a long, long time, so. It makes it a little easier if you have a lot of experience, but
for sure. Gorgeous animal.
Yeah, he's cool. Those little babies are so funny.
These are those are the baby Thomasai.
Yeah, those are baby Uromastyx Thomasai. Yeah, that's right. Here, throw some flowers and see if they want any. Oh, that was already eating, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's perfect, and just for like people to get kind of like a idea of size, like they're tiny.
Teeny.
Yeah.
Teeny little guys.
There's some other ones back there. Gorgeous.
They're funny animals, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you show us the adult chucks?
Mm-hmm. So the male won't be out because he's. Oh, actually, I lied. He's poking his little head out right here.
That's the male.
That's the male. Yeah, you can't see, but his back is when he's hot. His back is just pure paper white. And then there are 2 females in there. They're hiding at the moment. But
I see a tail back there.
yeah, there's under the rocks. Yeah, you can see it. So they're very, they're a little secretive. So they just
never
run
mind.
away. Yeah, sorry.
No, all good.
They're a little secretive. They like to be kind of left alone. These adults, anyway. You know.
Yeah.
The captive bred babies are great. Very, very friendly. And in fact, one of the females in here I hatched 2-3 years ago. So.
Oh, cool. So this is not your first clutch?
Oh no! I've bred chucks I've on and off. I've had bred Chuckwallas for 15 years. On and
Very
off.
Cool.
And these are the desert iguanas.
Desert iguanas.
Dipsosaurus dorsalis, however you want to say it.
So cool.
They're awesome.
Is that full grown? No.
No, they will double about in size, like not in length, but in like build.
Build, yeah. Become more like bulldogs.
No, they're long. They're like
interesting.
Like a monitor lizard, kind of long.
Oh, cool.
You know?
Okay.
But with little blunt noses like that. This is my first tortoise hatchling ever. This is a little hatchling Kinexus spec eye. So this is a Hinge-back tortoise. You're gonna be so upset.
There he is.
He's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah. So this guy hatched like a month ago.
So we're changing your name from Arids Only to Arids Only and Tortoises.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, technically these guys are arid
tortoises.
Yeah. A Hinge-back tortoise. Arid is maybe that's probably a little too loose, but they're not fully arid. It's sort of like prairie-ish.
Cool.
You know? So
yeah.
That's that. Got a nesting Thomas.
I was gonna say there's I wonder if she's still digging, and she is.
Yeah, she's still digging. She hasn't laid yet. She's so funny. She'll figure it out. What are you doing?
She's trying to get under the...
There she goes. Yeah.
Hello.
Trying to find her way out from under the tile. So funny.
So she is gravid.
Yeah. Yep.
You kind of see the eggs.
Clutch, so she'll probably have like 6 to 8 eggs first clutch. These are Ornate Uromastyx. These are a couple of young males. That guy's a blue and orange form. He's in shed. And then this is one of his brothers. Oh, this guy's the green.
Insane.
Green and blue. Yeah, he's super cool. He's a nice guy too. Hey fella. Good guy. Pretty wild looking.
Incredible.
Beautiful lizards for sure.
So is that one too. Like
oh yeah, he's
nice
cool. It's just he's in shed, so it's harder to see.
Right. Okay. I love the cuddle puddle of females over here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Normally I wouldn't keep that many females together, but they're all sisters, so they seem to be tolerating one another just fine. Everybody's got the same growth rate. There's 1 or 2 little battle scars, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna come back around.
Easier, a little more blue. He's actually shedding immediately, so.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see him losing all that.
And these are the Ornates.
Yep, this is the Ornate Uromastyx.
So. Very cool. Do you keep the JRI as
Yeah,
well?
I have JRI too, yeah. Used to keep, I've had every species of Euro you can get in the United States. Bred all those guys, but now I've slimmed down to just a few species because I want to focus.
Yeah.
So I have JRI in here. And then an albino male right there in the back.
This is the female?
Yeah.
Oh, that male is insane.
Yep. Whoa, boy.
He was like, nope.
Oh, yeah. So this is a... Whoa. It's hard to... It's pretty tricky sometimes, to get his color.
It's like a highlighter yellow.
Yeah. He's surreal. So this is a young male, so he's not mature at all. But he's really something.
But he's ready to breed.
He could breed, yeah. But I was thinking maybe they would this year, but they didn't.
They didn't? Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And that's the female, right?
Yeah, it's probably from the move. I moved, the move probably threw off a bunch of the animals. So there's the female. She's super cool too. Whoa. Yeah, come back here, you. So she's het albino. So hopefully.
So cool.
Produce some albinos. Yeah, she's super nice.
I didn't even know there was morphs and Euros.
There are, yeah, and there's more coming. I'm working on 2 or 3.
Very cool.
But this one, Josh Marquis is the one who did all the work to prove this one out.
Cool.
Really good work. But there's more. I've got a couple of weird things I'm playing around with in the back, just to see what comes.
Awesome.
See if I can prove out some interesting stuff. But we'll see. And the reality is, like, over enough time, morphs will just come up. Right. So like. People can hate on it and be all upset and be like, oh, we don't want the morph market to come in. It's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, right?
You mess around with any species for long enough, they're gonna change. People are gonna have differing preferences about what they want, what they don't want. Obviously, I think we could be measured and intellectual about the way we choose to produce like adjust morphology in our animals. Like, there's ways to take it too far. There's ways to make it a little bit weird,
Yeah.
But the reality is, like, that's just how it goes. You look at any animal that's been a companion animal with people for long enough, they're all mutants, they're all hybrids. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
We might as well just acknowledge that and steward them forward in a way that's safe and good for them and good for us.
Especially if you get beautiful animals like that.
Yeah. I mean, that guy's a barn burner, so like, why hate on that?
That's
like
crazy.
Sweet look. And like, there's no argument at all about they wouldn't survive in the wild. The first one was imported from the wild.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah, like as a living animal, like a living subadult
awesome.
animal. So
they just found like an
they just found it. Yeah,
Yeah,
someone found it and brought it in the United States, and then Josh bought it. I'm kicking myself now, but I had the opportunity to buy it when it first got here, and I didn't take it because I didn't have the money at the time. But
you have them now.
I have one now, but it was for a lot more money now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so J-Rye rule, and like there's no, and even if it didn't occur in the wild, like it's no big deal, right? I mean, again, as long as your care metrics are and your care ethics are where they should be, which is great quality of life, really good enrichment, have a great relationship with that animal, take care of it. As long as you do all those things, well, then you don't have to worry about the rest, right? It doesn't matter if you have a hybrid, it doesn't matter if you have a morph, it doesn't matter if you're doing bioactive, you're doing naturalistic, if you're doing something that's like more of a mix, something that's more of like a sort of a traditional pet style, doesn't matter. As long as you're following the ethical metric, well, then who cares what you have, right? And who cares what it is? The idea that somehow a morph is like, or a hybrid is messing things up is just completely wrong. Doesn't mean, and wrong in the sense that it doesn't mean that one's better, wrong in the sense that like, we can have our cake and eat it too,
Right, yeah.
Like I'm all for like a pure Fiji crested iguana, which I can't get in America.
We can.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was hoping you guys would become the 51st states.
Not that we can't, then we'd have to stop keeping them.
Yeah, I know, but I want the iguanas.
I want the iguanas,
I have a selfish reason, but we should have the pure ones, and then we should also have ones that are different and are altered. Right? Even if you kept just pure stuff, if you're just breeding like the most locality specific thing you could imagine, in 50 years it's going to be a different thing.
Right.
Because you're not nature. You're not a perfect selection mechanism. So you're going to be picking for things that you don't realize you're picking for, that you don't know.
Yeah. So this is
the Uromastyx J-Rye also. This is the orange form. They have yellow and orange forms. And I can't, unfortunately, he's not as hot as he normally gets, so
it gets
he gets really, like they get really insanely colored.
Look at that.
So he's but he does not like me at all. So sorry, buddy.
There we go, straight in his eye.
Yeah, see you later.
Hello.
Yo.
Okay, on that note, first of all, thank you very much for having me come over.
Yeah.
Any parting words of how you want people to proceed in herpetoculture?
Like do super cool stuff and talk about it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all you gotta do.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.
And make sure you follow Arids Only. He's doing the coolest stuff with all the coolest species I just showed you.
Trying not to mess up,
Thanks, everybody.